22 years ago, third Wednesday of November, 1997. Yvette may have been kind of young at that point, weren't you, Yvette? Some of us were adults, some of us were kids, but I'll tell you, Donna Bolton, Karen Booker, and myself were right here. That's right, 22 years ago. The three of us have remained members of this club all that time, and we have enjoyed ourselves here. I'm sure we all have different reasons for being here, but after 22 years, do you think maybe you've learned everything that Toastmasters has to offer? No. No. So I joined this club and got involved. Karen Booker was the president in 1997. Following that, she went into district leadership and eventually became the district governor. The following year, Brent Steidley was the president. He is deceased, unfortunately. That's something of the life of the club. We've had times when our members have passed, and we've had to mourn and grieve those folks. We have our ups, we have our downs. In the year 2000, 2001, I was the president of this club. It was following a difficult year. The president and the vice president of education that year were troubled. I can't remember which one it was, but one of the two gentlemen's kind of life fell apart with a divorce. And so we did not have a good program organized with speakers every week. We lost members. And Karen, Donna, and I'm sure, said, what are we going to do? Apparently they chose me to change things around. And so that year, 2000, 2001, got to be an exciting year for Lake Ridge Toastmasters again, because ever since that year, we have been President's Distinguished Club, on top of the heap. We became the best club in the universe. Now, if you're a newer member, don't you want to be a member of a club with that kind of legacy? Because, for one thing, people in a club like this are doing things to build people. And we have built so many people that I'm embarrassed to say they have joined us for a while, they have tasted Toastmasters, they've achieved the things that they wanted to do, and then they've moved on with their life in other directions. Sometimes they move out of state, sometimes they get married, sometimes they get kids, sometimes they move. Stuff happens. There's been many interesting people that have been members of this club. David Flack was a very sensitive man from Manassas who, when his marriage fell apart, he ended up moving down south. I miss David. Ann Bernard. She was a reserve Marine officer who didn't seem like a Marine officer to me when she was in this club. But just recently, she's transitioned from San Diego's Marine base to Las Vegas. You see, I keep in touch with Ann Bernard and what she continues to do. And if you look up Ann Bernard on Facebook, she's been telling people about what it's like to move into a new apartment in Las Vegas. I don't know. I don't think some of that stuff is stuff I want to know, but it certainly is interesting that she finds that interesting. Candace Bird is very successful in government, and she works for DOD. Unfortunately, she doesn't come here anymore. Marlene Patton, she's a professional speaker, and she's gone on to be a professional speaker. But there's so many faces that have come through the door that I don't even remember. Unfortunately, sometimes they remember me at the grocery store. So, why have I stayed with Lake Ridge so long? Well, basically it's because this is a comfortable, safe place in my Toastmaster life. I've got friends. I enjoy helping people improve their speaking when I have the chance. And it is a habit that's gone on for 22 years. But I've taken a look at what else have I done, because it's not just here that I've been doing things. You see these trophies? They're not just from Lake Ridge. Those are from many other clubs. During the time of this 22 years, I've served as area governor 3 times, which means I was working with clubs in an area, 4 to 5 clubs, whether it be Ballston, whether it be Prince William, whether it be in Crystal City. I've served as a region advisor where I was helping district leaders from North Carolina up to New Jersey. I ran for international director and got a learning experience, how difficult that can be when you don't win. I have served as president of clubs beyond this club, but also aspiring professional speakers, Booz Allen Toastmasters, Galloping Governors, State of Speaking, Generally Speaking, First Edition, and Traveling Tastemasters, Toastmasters. So even though I may not be participating and leading in this club, I've been outside networking with other clubs and leading those. When Pathways came along, I stepped up and I served as a Pathways guide, helping people understand our new educational program that is computer-based instead of manual-based. An exciting program indeed. I've worked as district parliamentarian. I've done all this stuff that many members have had no idea that's going on. How about you? See, you're here tonight, but, I'm going to be out of time, too bad. You can move on and do so much more than just at this club, because you'll gain skills so that in your endeavors, in your church, in your business, in your private life, in other Toastmasters clubs, you will learn skills and train. I brought training materials here tonight. Better Speaker Series. Speechcrafter's Handbook. Better Speaker Series. I'm trying to get rid of stuff. I'm moving. All this stuff, these trophies I want the club to take away and use them and repurpose them for future contests. So, where am I? So what's my future got in store? See, I'm getting old, long in the tooth, 66 years old. I'm done with government contracting, never want to do that ever again. I am going to join a club in North Vancouver, British Columbia, called Key Speakers. I've been attending their meetings for 4 years. They already know me, and guess what? They have a legacy like Lake Ridge Toastmasters. I feel right at home. Lots of new faces, but they have a core group that shows up year after year. I'm going to look for an advanced club, like the club I visited when I was last out there, called State Your Mind, or not State Your Mind. Anyway, it's something like that. But they actually have hecklers in their audience. They have a designated role as heckler. It's for advanced speakers, and so that you can do that. But I also want to become a professional speaker, and that is to take these skills I've learned from Toastmasters and now help other people discover their unique talents to help them on their voyage in life, doing things that they totally enjoy. See, one thing I've learned in Toastmasters, I totally enjoy being in front of the room. I enjoy speaking, and I don't like working in a cubicle. As much as I like software test management, I like speaking more. And so this is my goodbye. My words to you is to learn what you can from Toastmasters, put it to use in your life, go outside the club and try working with other clubs as well, like I have, and lead those clubs from what you've learned here, and go forward and consider what you could do with your life beyond the club. Frank.